justice you might get accomplished. And if you swim in Satan's pond, a fish might bite your little one. Swims in human blood, and if he could eat you, he probably would. Japanese koi ain't got shit on Satan's pickle
I've been living hard now for a while, on this road to nowhere, been stumbling every mile. This broken promises that I can't drink away, and I can't blame you, girl, if you don't want to stay. I know you still love me, despite all I've put you through. So I'm putting down the bottle, baby, and I'm running back to you. Looking back on all those times you found me passed out on the floor. I can't believe you never walked on out the door. And I'm so sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I don't know if I don't try, the way I'm living's the way I'll die. Baby, give me one chance, you can hold me to the fire. 'Cause I'm so sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Nothing's ever hit me, it ain't harder than the truth. Time with you's the one thing that I just can't stand.
okay.
Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure what's going on. Somebody get on Facebook and make sure it's actually on there.
I'm on it. Yeah, that was
weird.
Kind of locked up on us.
Yeah,
there.
totally locked up. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. So Matt, what were you saying?
Oh, hang on, I'm making sure this is going. Hang on. Let's see what's yep, it's working.
Okay, cool.
Things are working.
Well, here we are again, Matt.
STS Sessions. We had a request for an episode, and it took Lindy about 13 seconds to dive on it and start researching.
What you talking about, Matt? What you talking about? Would you like a beer?
Ooh. Right up my alley. I can't wait.
Yeah, all right.
I'll do this one. I got it.
Good to see you all again. Just saw you yesterday. Hope everybody's doing good. And here we are again.
Another Saturday night.
Saturday night. Good times.
See if we get comments like we did on the last episode.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
I'd love it.
I mean, we're not dancing this time, but we are talking about the Ouija board and origins.
Yep. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Excited.
So I'm not going to say the F word once this time.
No, I'm not making any promises.
No need.
I'm also not making any promises.
Have either one of you guys ever owned a Ouija board?
No. Here's the deal. In my house, that was like the one thing. Like my parents were always like, you don't mess around with this stuff. Like Matt, we've gone out and we've done ghost hunting stuff, but yeah, this was the one no. And I think The Exorcist had something to do with that.
I think it had a lot to do with my parents were so against the Ouija board.
Judy, it's going okay. I had my nap, so everything's going okay tonight. We hope you're well. Great to see you as always.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging out.
I was not allowed to watch The Exorcist or touch a Ouija board. So I still haven't done either.
No, I totally watched The Exorcist. Going into that on the Halloween movies that we did. I think I was 7 or 8.
Yeah, my parents
7
were
or 8. Your parents were like, you're like trying to watch what? You were trying to watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or something like that.
Top Gun. I think it was. I'm
pretty
certain.
So you accidentally put in The Exorcist, and your dad's like, "Well, screw it. I mean, he's already 3/4 of the way through it. Let's see how it goes."
I mean, if memory serves, I mean, it was probably 15 minutes to the end of the movie by the time they came inside. Anyway.
Okay, so you weren't that far off.
It was about there anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, it was one of those deals where Dad would put like when you'd walk out, like go out to the laundry room, the refrigerator was right there. So Dad would just set the VHS tapes up on top so that he would just snag them as he goes by to take them back. So I crawled up there because I wanted to watch Top Gun again, but
of course you did.
I grabbed the wrong movie. Yep. And I do own a copy of The Exorcist now, but I don't own a damn copy of Top Gun.
Really? You know, that was one of Grant's favorite movies too.
Top Gun?
Yeah, dude.
Reminded me of his grandpa.
Yeah, it did. And he I remember him just sitting around hanging out, playing the theme song to that. And when we lived together, it was like, dude, for real, just knock it off.
It's the way like Aces High by Iron Maiden too.
Yeah. Good times, man.
That's a good song.
Yep. Well, Lindy, I wish you'd shut up. I mean, seriously.
I know.
You every time.
There's noises going on in the rest of my house, and I can't decide if the child just got home or if I forgot to lock a door.
Okay.
Well,
that's a risky toss-up.
All right, Tucker is not losing his mind, so I'm going with the child just got home.
Must be.
Mm-hmm.
Death by live stream. Sounds good. I like it. I like it a lot.
So
Sorry.
I'm trying to decipher the noises going on the other side of the door.
It's just the fucking. It's a ghost. It's the ghost.
It could be. There's a
Let's
few
just
of
knock
those in here.
We'll just
Oh,
knock it up to the ghost and the dog. It's
Yep.
obviously the dog.
The
I can
dog.
hear the dog. So
yep. She must be home because he's
Going
gonna cry
nuts.
now.
Okay. Go get some attention somewhere.
Little one, don't cry.
So sorry,
you-
everybody. You're gonna hear.
Would you
the
like
dog.
a biscuit? Sorry,
I'm glad he
I'm
can
gonna-
hear you.
I'm gonna say, would you? A lot.
Uh-huh.
Hey, not my idea. I just trying to be funny, and I'm horrible at it. So
No,
with
that
it.
was great.
Deal with it.
Nicely timed. Nicely timed.
Oh. So anyway, you were saying.
No,
Ooh, what?
I wasn't saying. I was waiting for Lindy to fire up the chainsaw and this fucking weed.
I said your dumb words.
Yeah. Not every single syllable, but
Well, are we ready to go?
Might as well.
I've been
I mean,
ready.
We got
Okay.
we got a few people heading out. So yeah, let's get on the ball. Unless anybody has anything they want to chime in with, let's roll.
All right. I'm sure that everyone knows what a Ouija board is. The flat board is marked with the alphabet as well as the numbers 0 through 9, the words yes, no, and goodbye, and some have graphics or symbols decorating the board.
Yeah.
Ouija, also known as a talking or spirit board, is used in a type of seance with the hopes of having supernatural communications.
I'm going to stop you right there, Lindy.
Mm-hmm.
You know the thing I always tell you to do. All right. Thank you. Hey. And that's why they call me BTC.
Hi!
Oh, Crystal says, hi, guys, and BFF.
All right. Would you do?
Just go make out in a corner by yourself, would you? Jeez. It's getting old.
It's only been the second episode and it's getting old already.
Oh, well, you're stuck with it now.
Uh-huh.
So participants place their fingers on a planchet and they ask their question. Then the planchet will move across the board mysteriously to spell out words.
Yeah.
Many people doubt the Ouija's ability, while others can't make decisions without its help. One thing is for certain, though, no game ignites fear and curiosity the way a Ouija does. Today we have movies, books, songs.
Would you
TV
say?
shows.
Would you say?
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. I'm moving along.
And folklore, all based on the game. But where exactly did Ouija come from?
I don't know.
I'm waiting.
I do know, but I'm gonna let you tell everybody because I actually didn't know either until this was brought up, and then I did a little research myself. But
And then I found a couple different things, so I'm sure this.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
One of them
they're-
might be true.
Yeah, one of them might be true. Everything that I read and went through had all of these names in different orders, in different places, in different timelines, and different.
Well,
And I'm
I can tell you that the popularity of it for America came from the UK, correct? From these two sisters that used to.
The Fox
oh yes,
sisters.
the Fox sisters. hmm
Mr.
They played-
Splitfoot.
It's one knock for yes, two for no type stuff, right?
hmm hmm Yeah,
the
that's
whole-
where the
the whole-
spiritualist.
The whole
whole
spiritualism
spiritualism
movement came in after was it Civil War, probably right
Mhm.
after the Civil War,
Mhm.
when what was it like? Was it 3% of the U.S. population died in the Civil War? Is that correct?
It was pretty massive.
At least that.
Ridiculous,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to say it was 3%, but at the time there weren't that many people here.
Yeah.
So that was actually it was a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
lot.
And we've
So-
had some pretty good. Mr. Splitfoot is okay. That's not a bad one.
No,
It's not as good as Mr. Nobody. And then whatever the name
Who's it,
ghost was
Mr.
in
Who's
Doors.
it? Don't forget
Mr.
about
Who's
Mr.
it.
Who's it. Yeah.
Mr. Who's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was Doris?
That was Mr. Who's It.
That was Who's It? Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
And then Mr. Nobody was the Black Monk of Pontefract.
Yeah.
Good names for.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt
Okay,
you,
sorry.
Lindy. Just
Oh no, you're fine.
Tangent.
continue with
Anytime you
your.
want.
What'd you say?
Every time.
Sorry.
We got this.
It's not going to stop, by the way.
I love it. There are precursors to the invention of the actual Ouija board. Around 1100 AD, from China's Song Dynasty, came documentations of automatic writing methods where a board and a planchette were used as means of necromancy and communion with the spirit world. These methods were taught as a central practice of the Xuanzhen school up until the Qing Dynasty forbade the practice.
And actually, before that, I think in Japan, it was used in Japan, and it was like, "Damo arigato, don't do this because it's bad for you. Do not do this." No, I'm serious. Like they were just like, "This is not something to fuck with."
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I said it. But
Yep.
anyway, not something to mess around with because the evil spirits will get you.
Mm-hmm.
We're not mucking around.
No, definitely not.
Well, then, as part of the spiritualistic movement, mediums capitalized on the deaths of the Civil War by offering various means of communication with the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
By 1886, talking boards were very common in spiritualist camps in the Ohio area, as they were said to have aided in quick communication with spirits.
You're doing it again, Lindy. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
it's here. It's right here. It's like
I know, but you're.
I can't move the camera.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. How's it going tonight?
Sorry.
It's good to see you.
I didn't make my writing
the
bigger
winning
today
numbers
so that I
are
could
5,
hold it
7,
anywhere and see it, which was stupid.
You're good. You're good. I'm sorry.
That's why I write gigantic.
Yeah,
You don't read that
I
shit.
totally forgot to change the size of the font. So I'm like,
That's what she said. Yeah.
well, with the commonality of talking boards in 1886, newspaper articles about the new phenomenon started to show up. And Charles Kennard, a not so savvy, bankrupt businessman,
Mhm.
and E.C. Reich, who was a furniture maker / coffin maker and undertaker.
Wait a minute. So he had a furniture store, Undertaker. This is like okay.
It just keeps coming. It just keeps
yeah,
coming.
this is like the third or fourth one that we've done this way. So it's like it must have been common practice. Like, well, I'm gonna be an undertaker, so honey, we need to get some lazy boys.
I gotta get me a coffin and a recliner.
You know what? I'm real sorry my daddy died, but goddamn, this chair is comfortable. How much is this?
It's pretty sweet right here is what this is.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
that might have been what it was. It's like the showrooms where you sit down and everybody's like, this is actually pretty.
I like it.
Fucking
It's
nuts,
nice.
this
It's
is-
nice. Let's keep it. Not like that. Not like that chair that your brother-in-law sat in, or that couch. Yeah, nothing like that. With the spring
Yeah.
up his
The spring of his ass and couldn't
booty.
get out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, man. No.
Shouldn't have shared.
The more you know. Do do do. Rainbow.
Well, these two were office neighbors, and the pair started to collaborate and made around a dozen of the talking boards. Then Kennard took off to Baltimore in 1890, and he began pitching his talking board invention. We say his very loosely.
Right.
He was hoping to attract some investors. He got lucky when he met attorney Elijah Bond. Elijah had a strong medium for a sister-in-law, and he felt that the invention would do well. So on October 30th, 1890, the Kennard Novelty Company was born, and production of the boards began.
Okay.
Elijah Bond's sister-in-law, Helen Peters, is credited for winning over the skeptical U.S. Patent Office. She was able to get the federal stamp of approval and authenticity and she was also credited with speaking with the spirit through the board. The spirit spelled out the name of Ouija. The spirit also went on to tell her that the word meant good luck. And that gave the board its official name,
Funny thing though,
No,
if it just spelled it out, if you seen that and didn't know what it was, what would you say that word is? I mean, seriously, would you pronounce it Ouija just by looking at
Would
that?
you pronounce it Woogie or would you pronounce it Waji?
I don't think there'd be a "wa" in it anywhere.
no, no.
Ouija.
Uji.
Ouija.
Uja.
Oh.
Uja. Yeah, something weird, yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know what I would pronounce that as.
Right. If you didn't already
I
know.
probably just would have said Ouija.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
No,
a
UIJA
radiation or
board.
something.
Nobody seemed to notice that her necklace actually had Ouija printed on it.
Oh, really?
So, okay.
Well, that was convenient.
Yeah.
Convenient. Yes.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Church lady. Here we go.
Sorry. Could it be Ouija? Sorry.
Satan.
It's not Santa. No, it's not Santa.
There was an author at the time whose name was similar. I didn't put any of this down. It's just something that I read, but that the name could have been misdone on her necklace also. So it did say Ouija, but
Did it say
The-
Ouija or did it say Ouija?
Was
I
it
mean,
was like a locket with
Ouija.
a
it was supposed to be like ancient Egyptian, correct? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in 1891, Bond filed for a patent on the talking board and on the name Ouija. Later that same year, Kennard was actually kicked out of his own company. Nobody knows why. But I'm guessing it was the fact that he was a, not so savvy businessman who had
Right.
already gone bankrupt.
I say it was a sex. I bet it was a sex scandal. I bet he got caught with his penis in the board. I don't know.
There is a hole in the planchette.
okay.
All right. Let's leave that alone. Anyway, moving right along.
Whatever blows your skirt up, I suppose.
The company changed its name to the Ouija Novelty Company and moved to a new location. And the company also had to ramp up production to keep up with the increasing demand for the board. At this time, they were selling almost 2,000 boards a week.
Because of World War One,
That one, was World War One.
and
Yep.
people wanted to get in touch with their dead loved ones.
Yes.
So 2,000 boards a week, and they were selling for like what, $1.50, $2, something like that.
Yeah. I think the original board was $1.50 a piece.
So it's less than $3.50. That's all I know.
And how much would one of those original ones be worth? I mean, really?
I don't know. I think like to buy a Ouija board anymore, it's like $40 to buy a Ouija board.
Mhm.
I did a little research before we just started, but yeah, it's like how much are Ouija boards? It's like they're about $40. And
But Ouija boards now are covered, the boards are covered in like graphics and stuff. And now they glow
Yeah.
in the dark and they do all this other kind of stuff. So
yeah,
they're not the original wooden board with the wooden planchette.
yeah.
Bond sold the company, kind of like an idiot, to a man named Fold, who was a varnisher.
So wait,
Fold.
he sold the company to a guy that covered wooden stuff with varnish.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, that
So
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
sounds perfect.
yeah, so Fold was he was a varnisher with the company who had moved up to the foreman position and decided that he wanted to purchase the company. So yep, Bond was like, "Oh, okay, sounds great." Are you crazy? You're selling 2,000 boards a week.
Right.
Let's not.
But,
Fold allowed his.
Elijah, I wanted to say that there's pictures of it that you could see but the back of his tombstone, like the front of it's just his name, dates. The back of it is entirely etched as a Ouija board, and it's
Yeah,
pretty. It
that's-
looks pretty cool.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to go look that up. Actually,
Is this where I say you are the weakest link? Goodbye. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. You got to throw them in when I can. So
There you go.
In case you're wondering, this is how lame the podcast is when we record it too, and I get a couple laughs, and Matt gets all the laughs. So anyway,
now but they're at my expense most of the time, which is
no, I delete all those, man. I delete all those. Yeah.
So Fold also allowed his brother Isaac to lease the name Ouija and produce the boards at their joint company, which was called Fold and Brother. And then in 1901, Isaac and William, they got into it and their partnership ended. But a 19-year legal battle started.
Oh, Jerry wants to say hi, everyone. Hi, Jerry. How's it
So,
going?
Jerry.
We're talking Ouija boards, man.
Talking Ouija boards.
Ouija.
So William actually decided that he was going to change the name to the William Fold Manufacturing Company. And Isaac decided that he was going to go against the judge that said that he couldn't. And he was making boards, but he changed the name to Oriole. They were Oriole.
Like the bird.
They were, yeah.
I would have gone with like Oracle or like
Yeah.
Satan. Something like cool like that.
Either one of those have a better ring.
It's got a bit better ring to it, doesn't it? Yeah.
I went to a bunch of different places because I honestly thought, I was like, there's no way they misspelled that. Like, it's got to be Oracle or something. Because what the hell what does Oriole have anything to do with
It's
what this board has done?
It flies around. It's got some
Baseball.
blue spots on it. Yeah.
Named a baseball team after it.
Yeah. So those boards were just identical. They were completely identical in every way to the Ouija board.
You mean the
brothers
Oracle board or the Oriole board?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of messed up.
So the brothers' feud became so bad that Isaac actually had his baby daughter who had passed. He had her exhumed and removed from the family grave site. He relocated her.
Ooh.
Yeah. And the two sides of the family.
That is hardcore.
Yeah. Hey, Chris.
We did.
Hey, Chris, who's not Jerry, who is Chris, who is Jerry. Yeah, we did. It was right before we started. So you missed it. Go back and start from the beginning.
The two sides of the family actually didn't reconcile for 96 years.
Sounds like some Ouija board shit.
Yeah.
I wish, would you just get over it? Would you just get over it?
Man, that was some hardcore stuff. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
a body exhumed for its peaceful
that's messed
rest
up, isn't it?
because I'm angry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Intense.
Yeah.
So William Fold died tragically from an accidental fall off the roof of his Harford Avenue factory on February 24th, 1927.
So he was pushed. Got it.
Yes, that's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
He was a bit of a dick and took had an accident.
He have a wee bit of a folder, didn't he?
I'll talk to you through your board, fucker.
Ironically enough, the board told him to make this factory.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
So he fell when the railing gave way.
Not
While
funny,
he was
funny queer. But yeah. Okay.
No.
Go on.
he fell when the railing gave way while he was overseeing the installation of a flag from the roof. So yeah,
Mhm.
one hell of a fall.
He did learn to mind his surroundings.
He had to learn shit. It was all over at that point, man. Yeah.
They said his rib broke and spun, and when he landed, like, I'm not sure when he skid or whatever he did, but it punctured his heart.
Wow.
Yeah,
What,
gotta put
what's
those
a
gory
bit
details in here.
cool?
I don't think it was an accident. I seriously don't.
Yeah, definitely wasn't pushed. Yeah. Borgy.
His children ran the company until 1966 when Parker Brothers bought the company.
That's
And the
what we were
rights
trying
to
to
the
think
board.
of. That's what we was trying to think of last time we was talking about. I was like, is it Milton Bradley? I couldn't think
No,
of
it's
the names
Parker
of-
Brothers. Yeah.
So Parker Brothers immediately moved production to Salem, Massachusetts, and they sold 2 million
Wait,
boards in
did
the
you say
first year of
Salem,
ownership.
Massachusetts?
They did that on purpose.
They did that on
100%.
purpose.
Yeah,
Were
the witch board. And,
Yeah, witches,
Mhm.
witch boards.
yeah,
All
that
right.
was.
Makes
they
perfect
wanted
sense.
that. It's still on there. I think I haven't
Mhm.
checked them. I haven't seen one in a long time, but I imagine even a brand new one, if you got it today, would say made in Salem, Massachusetts.
I wouldn't buy one,
Mhm.
but I'm just saying, yeah. My personal opinion on all this shit is don't buy one. Please don't buy one. Don't mess with this stuff.
Well, you can't find one that somebody
medicine. It's bad medicine.
you can't find one that somebody threw away because no one just throws them away. They'll just show back up. You have to set them on fire.
You have to burn them. Yeah, you have to burn them. Yeah,
And
just
you
like
gotta
my
do it.
underwear, you have to burn them.
Okay.
Just jokes, folks. Just jokes.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You good, Matt?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm great.
I got you, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. that was-
Damn it! I said
Oh,
it
you did it again.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for something like that.
again.
All right, back to
That's what I'm here for. It's the only thing I'm here for.
Judy has one
Judy-
upstairs.
Judy says she's got one upstairs. Hey, Judy, don't play with it.
No.
Don't mess with it. Just leave it alone. You need to give it a pile driver all the way down the bottom rope, man. Woo! And you need to burn
Rile
it.
me up. I can't do it.
Just don't do it. Yeah, I don't.
I
That's,
don't-
that's the one thing I will not mess with is Ouija boards. I don't know why. It's probably my parents.
Yeah, your
but-
parents have it in your head. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I've never had one.
Which just tells me that my parents lied and they actually have seen The Exorcist. That's what I'm getting
They absolutely seen The Exorcist, right?
So
Didn't everybody? It wasn't.
Yeah.
It's like that.
We didn't eat any green pea soup either growing up. So
No.
I'm guessing that's also why they saw The Exorcist. So,
And then I heard that new one with Russell Crowe is supposed to be scarier than the original Exorcist, and I'm like, hell,
I'll let you know because
I can't wait to watch it. But
I'm gonna. Yeah, it's on VOD. You can actually rent it.
yeah, I've seen it, and I'm still waiting for Evil Dead Rise because I refuse to go to a theater to watch that and let other people ruin my experience.
You got to go at like 1:00 in the afternoon, Matt. That's the key. I'm gonna say I just went and watched John Wick 4,
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
and I'll tell you what. I felt like I was going through withdrawals like an hour after I left. The buddy I went and saw it with, I was like, dude, I haven't seen anybody die, get shot, murdered, stabbed, nothing for like over an hour, and I feel like I'm going through the withdrawals. This is weird.
Judy just posted a comment.
What'd she say? She says, we played with it when I was in junior high, and it predicted what year I would have my kids. Well, Judy, was it correct? Was it correct? That's the thing. Was it right? Or
Wow.
it's all bullshit. That wasn't an F-bomb, so that's allowed. I'm okay with that. Go continue. I'm sorry.
Correct.
We'll never get to this, Lindy. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're
Oh,
totally
it was
fine.
correct. Oh.
Oh wow. She says yes, it was right.
Okay, I just saved that one too, I suppose. That's kind of neat,
Wow,
actually.
that's creepy. Yeah, definitely burn it then. Definitely burn it, and don't ask it when you're gonna die. And,
Yeah, don't do that.
No one wants to know. No one needs to know.
Here's what you're gonna do. I mean, if I had a Ouija board and I was ballsy enough to use one, I would be like, "So, what's the winning lottery numbers for the Mega Millions
Yeah, see,
tonight?"
that's the thing. They won't give that out. They don't give out that kind of info.
Then fuck them. I don't want to. I have nothing. I have no use for them.
Nothing else. I need nothing else.
I mean, you can't hook me up. You can't hook a brother up. Then go fuck yourself.
All right. Okay.
Lindy, what you were saying?
So originally, the Ouija board was marketed. I'm going to start that one over. I'm
I
still
was going to
laughing
say,
too
did
hard.
you just call it a Luigi board?
No, I said Ouija board.
Oh, okay.
What'd you say? I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
Oh, we're off the rails. This is great.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's not.
I still got two.
That's what it's all about. And I haven't said the F word like 100 million times. So I
Nope,
feel like
just
we're
three.
doing,
Just three.
I feel like we're doing all right.
She's keeping count. Right.
Okay, we're going to try this again. Originally, Ouija was marketed as a board game meant to enlighten parties or encourage lighthearted intimacy for romantic couples.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They were supposed to put it on their laps,
Boom. chicka,
knees
woo,
together.
woo.
The original Netflix and chill.
Over time, the innocence changed. The Exorcist cemented the board's occult status. Films and television shows depict it with horror. Some religions have warned against its use, believing it to be satanic practice, which could ultimately lead to demonic possession. Ouija has been used to predict catastrophes, solve mysteries, commit crimes, communicate with the dead, write poems,
And predict what
notes.
year your children would be born and how many you would have, apparently, by Judy. So
Yes. To write music and movies, to make life choices, to scare the living daylights out of people. Aleister Crowley used it in his magic, and Vince
I'm sure we'll
Vernier.
hear more about that later.
Oh, we'll definitely get into that later. That's the least of the things that he did to get into.
Yes. Yes. And Vince Vernier used it to get his stage and band name Alice Cooper.
Right on.
Coop.
So scientists believe the Ouija phenomenon is really ideomotor response. Ideomotor is based
On the lizard part of your brain, correct?
which I'm sure we'll get into later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will. Both of those topics are coming up at some point. Yeah.
And it's based on the idea that something can happen tricks the brain into doing it. Studies.
Did you guys ever even mess with one ever? Because I think I did. Like
I've seen one. Here's the deal. Here's what I've discovered. There were some studies done that I read about with the Ouija boards, and they went in and told people, okay, there are 2 people touching this planchette right now.
Mhm.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes, and they would blindfold people and put them in there, and people would be the only ones touching the planchette, and basically their brains would put the planchette wherever they thought it should go.
I thought it would tip.
Even if they were the only people touching the board, even though this is one of those games you're supposed to play with at least 2 people.
Right. I always thought that the reason why it was made the way it was made, because if only one person was touching it and moving it, it would tip because of the legs, like the 3 legs that would come down off of it. But.
Yes. But still, they would claim that they did not move the board when it was just one person, and that was the other person, and there was no other person there.
Okay.
I don't think the studies were done with the original style planchettes, because the planchettes now are just a flat disc. Well, I mean, they still have like the heart shape and stuff, but I think these studies started in like 2012.
Okay.
So they did have the legs on them, or
They did not.
They just set flat. Okay.
They just set flat.
I think the only ones I ever even seen, I think maybe I had a buddy or 2 that had one, and it was always like the cheap plastic. Had like 3 legs on it, kind of deal.
Yeah. Studies have concluded that subjects move the planchette involuntarily, but it also shows that when answering yes or no questions using the board, the answers were more accurate than guessing.
30% more accurate.
Yes. So actually significantly more accurate when someone was using the board than when they were just guessing.
So if you want those lottery numbers, I guess this is the way to go. But, anyway.
So use it or don't, believe it or not. There are some strange things that have happened.
My vote is don't, but
which involve the Ouija board.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Yeah. So there's so many different
variations
variations on this story and what's happened with the boards and where they came from and who was the first one to do it. And
I keep getting this thought in my head, like, was there another company that made ones that were actually called Oracle boards? Was it Oracle?
So the original Guy Fold, he actually changed. So he produced 4 other boards and changed their names so that he could sell them for cheaper.
Oh, okay. So it was like the Oracle board was like knockoff of Ouija. Okay.
Yeah. So he did some that were like WEEGEE. And yeah, so he would do those ones I think were when they started being made with plastic.
WEEGEE, like squeegee without the S, or squeegee boards.
Exactly, squeegee boards.
Yeah, squeegee. It's a squeegee.
So he had 4 or 5 different patents on the boards themselves.
So that he could like circles too, like
yeah.
Set up in
Mhm.
circle board.
So yeah, the size and shape and everything of them have all changed and evolved over time, but he was the only one who was ever allowed to actually distribute the boards.
Wow.
I
So
wonder what they see. That's the thing. I wonder if they sell hardly any of them today.
oh
It's
yeah.
hard telling. I'm sure they
You
do.
think so?
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
yes. Especially
I shall be right back. Keep going.
especially
Dogs are barking.
with
So nobody else is home, so that means that they need to go outside. I'll be right back. Keep going.
so the film industry has released, the movie Ouija,
Mhm. Sucked.
and they're coming out with the second one, and then there's a bunch. I'm actually watching this. Well, okay. Yes, I'm one of those people who believes that my dog acts better when the TV's on and I'm not home. So there is a series called Mobile, and they live in Ouija Falls.
Oh,
Um,
didn't know about that.
and so with TV, with movies, with all of those things, plus there's actually current like authors who use the automatic writing from the Ouija board to write
Oh,
novels. So it's all over the place still.
that's pretty cool. Some things
Very,
don't go away.
yeah,
I know there
very
was
common.
a movie called Ouija, and then Ouija Origins or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought both of those were not good. They weren't.
Well, the second one for one of them is coming out in the near future.
Oh, okay. So there's a new.
Mm-hmm. And then there was a lady who I actually have her name, I think, somewhere. Yep, this is all just research on Ouija.
I only had a couple pages on this one, but you were covering it all, so I didn't really have to touch it aside from that
So
tombstone thing.
in 1915, Pearl Curran, she claims to have made contact with a 17th century author who she names Patience Worth, who was actually really an author in the 17th century.
Okay.
And she started publishing works under Patience Worth's name.
Really? So
Mhm.
her ghost name was a ghost.
Was an actual author
Wow.
of the
That's
time.
weird.
So, I mean, yeah, there's still Ouija's actually still outsells Monopoly.
That's messed up.
It
Mhm.
does?
It does.
Really?
Yes, it outsells Monopoly.
But I'll guarantee you there ain't been a Ouija board start as many family fights as fucking Monopoly.
Yeah.
As many board
That's-
flipping
I can
events.
tell,
as
I
ma-
can tell you right now,
frustrating.
more people have died from playing Monopoly than
Yes.
died from
Yes.
messing with a Ouija board.
Mhm.
And Monopoly probably wasn't around back then because back in the
Monopoly
day, I don't
came
know.
out.
39?
Yeah, I think you're right. It came out a little while after Ouija. So Ouija is older than Monopoly,
yeah, I
yes,
figured.
but not by
Not by a lot though.
a lot. No.
Yeah.
Because Monopoly was actually a pretty common game during the Great Depression. Because
You mean a game about having a lot of money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. That's
Nobody
weird.
had any
Yeah.
money, so play with the fake money and just
Mhm.
spend it like
Mhm.
crazy and have fun.
But even then, Ouija still outsold it. So
So
That's
it's
messed up.
always, I wonder it's probably like the highest selling board game then, right?
I would
Most
imagine.
likely, because I would have thought Monopoly was way up
I was
there.
going to go with
Life.
checkers
Sorry.
or tic-tac-toe or
Yes, but how many people
Connect 4 even. I don't know.
can you own checkers?
I do, actually.
I mean, no, you can buy a checkerboard, but I mean, it's called a checkerboard, but you can't. It's like
'Cause
Kleenex,
it
right?
doubles as a chessboard too. So
Right.
I would
But
say
that-
backgammon is probably,
I think that's way up there.
yeah, it's probably way up there. It's been around. It's been around just a wee bit longer.
Well,
Mhm.
I've got this Goonies Never Say Die game that's pretty freaking phenomenal, but it's not. It's nowhere up on the scale.
Well, I have this Bob Ross game that it's fucking impossible to play. We can't even fucking figure out the rules for it.
There's a Bob Ross game.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's so hard, dude. No, it doesn't even make sense to play it. Like I bought it for my wife one year for Mother's Day, and I didn't even look at it. Just like, it's fucking Bob Ross, man.
Oh,
My
yeah.
wife paints, you know. I break it out. We open the box. Like, what the fuck? This makes no fucking sense. Okay, you get like 3 brush strokes for like this many rolls of the dice. No.
Are you actually painting pictures, or are you just moving around a board?
You're supposed to like make pictures and stuff. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah,
Interesting.
it's no tic-tac-toe, baby. That's all I'm saying.
A lot goes into it, I guess.
Yeah,
Me and the kids, I mean, it's been a while since we played it with that Goonies game. It's pretty fun. It just, man, it takes a long time to get that board set up. And if you're the game,
Oh, it's just
GM.
like all the other, like Dungeons and Dragons and
Yeah, it's a lot like
strategy type games, like war games. They take forever to get everything set up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, trying to set up a game of Risk as a joke.
Yeah, I know, right? That's exactly what I was thinking of when I said the war game.
Never get through it.
Yeah,
never got through it. There's a lot more information that can be found on Ouija. Surprisingly, though, there is not a lot more information on spirit or talking boards, because while not every Ouija board is this, this is a Ouija board,
Right?
or vice versa.
Yeah.
It's the generic name used for everything.
And it's where everything else originated from, as far as like spirit boxes and stuff like that. That's where all this originated from. And Matt and I have used apps like spirit box apps and stuff on ghost hunts on the couple that we went on, and that was fun. But I don't know if it's hokey.
Yeah,
It's hokey.
It's like it's like I want to believe, but also there's so much embedded in my mind that I'm like, nah.
I don't know, man. There's I don't know, like the where we went. I mean, I remember like we were out till 3 a.m, and we were in the garage then going over stuff until like 6 a.m, and there was some shit that's like, holy shit, there's shit that we didn't hear, and then we hear afterwards.
And it almost seemed like, no,
you're like, no fucking way. You know,
wouldn't have guessed that. Or
is there anyone here with this? You are, but you don't deserve to be. Shit like that. Yeah.
And it did.
I mean, that won't fuck with you at all.
No.
Yeah.
Most of it sounds mechanical, and every once in a while you'll hear one come through that sounds like a lady talking, or you can actually pick out the voices. But we'll have to do tarot cards one of these days too, because while I knew a little bit about Ouija boards, I have no idea about tarot cards or how that functions.
Tarot cards are
that's a whole different ball game.
That's a whole different ball game. Those are
crazy.
Intense.
They've been around. They've been around a little bit longer than Parker Brothers, man.
I assume they have.
A little bit longer.
Yeah, definitely. But we could cover tarot cards. Well, you can cover tarot cards.
I see how this is going.
I'm leaving next week up to you guys.
Would you say?
Yeah, you've done 2 in a row.
Yeah. Well, Lindy, that was awesome. Thank you very much.
That's
for
cool.
that. Yeah.
Thank you, Judy, for the
Judy,
idea. Suggestion. That's the word I was looking for.
And I was actually
I didn't
hoping
have to
if
drop
anybody...
the F-bomb like 1,078 times in this episode, so that's great too. I like that.
I was actually hoping somebody would have a story or something that they could write in about using it. Judy had
Does anybody else have any suggestions for live stream episodes? Please. Is there something small that we can cover? Because normally when we do the other episodes, sometimes they're 3 hours long, obviously. And I like these because we can cover other topics and yeah,
and get input as it goes from time to time.
It's very nice.
It doesn't fry your brain to go over all of the details.
Oh my God, yeah.
Some of them. Oh yeah. It's like the Bonnie and Clyde. It's like,
yeah, that was supposed to be a 1 episode deal, and that turned out to be 3. How'd that work out? How's that work out for you? How you like me now?
I loved that one. I thought that one was so fun. So
it was good.
It was good to do. It's just I don't ever want to go back and research anything about it.
You're an expert on Bonnie and Clyde now, so you don't have to.
I don't- yeah, I was gonna
Somebody's
say,
going to tell you something, and you're going to be like, "Listen, actually,
No.
actually,
I think you got it. Yeah.
I was there."
Yeah.
Okay.
I might as well have been.
hmm
I can still smell the dead bodies and the gun smoke in my nostrils. What'd you say? I'm bad. I'm sorry.
Mama has
Bitch
favorite
stole his
mirror.
tackle box.
Well, next week we have we go right back into what we do here, and we dig right back into serial killers, and we hit a big one. The sociopath, in my opinion. So
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday will be Ed Kemper. Who should have been like Andre the Giant Part 2, but with a 22 and. I want to talk to girls, but they won't talk to me, so I'll just kill them and cut their heads off and have my way with them.
Reminds me of somebody else too.
Hey, I'm right here, dude. Don't talk to me. Like that.
No. Elliot Rogers. They talk to girls, but they wouldn't talk to him. So
Well, no,
decided to kill him.
But
And if you don't know the
Ed
story,
Kemper had more balls.
oh yeah, and he was smarter. And
Oh, by a long
way
shot.
way smarter.
Hmm.
Yeah.
and if people don't know this story, don't go research it. Just wait, because you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with the judicial system with this dude?"
Yeah.
It's like, no. How about no? Seriously, no. But no, he's good.
For reals.
Everything's all right.
It's not good. It's not good. That's not good.
I'm not even going to slap you on the wrist. I'm just going to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes, Mindhunter is incredible. Cameron
Yes.
does the
Yeah.
best job.
and I'll give you a little hint here, Judy. Most of the FBI profiling came from the interviews that they had with
Yes.
Ed Kemper. Actually, that's how they profiled serial killers, and that's when they say, "Well, I think our perp's probably a mid-20s to mid-30s white male." I mean, that comes.
That's it.
That's all. That's
That's
Ed.
almost all of them.
He's probably like 6'4", 6'5", and weighs like 300 pounds.
That's a bunch of them.
Drives a Ford Galaxy.
And then like some of that stuff, like on like
Owns
Red
a
Dragon
22.
or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
or Silence of the Lambs, where they go in and
Yeah.
use serial killers to help catch other serial killers. Like they did
Yeah.
it with
Mhm.
Bundy trying to catch the Green
Yeah.
River Killer.
I don't think that they ever would have caught Ed had he not turned himself in.
No.
Not until he like just went on a spree.
Yeah, until he
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 got caught in the
absolutely
act.
lost it and got in a
Yeah.
rage or whatever, rage killing.
Which makes him way more dangerous. So
Yeah, so
Judy said she binge watched it a couple months ago. Yeah, I watched it when it first came out. It was a great series. I wish they'd do another season of it.
it's one of those
Well,
ones
they
where
were supposed to.
it's like I'm gonna compare it to something crazy. It's like when he potato chips and French onion dip. It's like one episode is like one chip. You can't just have one. You have to keep going with the series until it's
Well,
over.
Matt, let me tell you something about potato chips.
You're welcome.
You can just have not one and then just not eat anymore because they're horrible for you. They're way too expensive. And that $2.69 bag of chips you buy costs about 17 cents to make. So,
Uh-huh.
I mean, keep buying
What?
them because I mean that pays my bills. But
There you go.
I just buy a bag of carrots and it's way better for you.
You won't make any money if I buy a bag of carrots.
I still make money. Yeah, I'll be all right. Yeah.
I
Chips are
actually
never
take
going away.
green
There's these things
peppers
called
and dip
flaming
them
hot,
in.
flaming hot Cheetos and hot
Oh.
fries. I'm set. I'm good. I'm good.
You dip green peppers, like
So
bell
you-
peppers.
Yeah.
if you use like the 7-layer, if you've ever had 7-layer dip, you know,
Mhm.
there's like the
Yeah.
I do
With
too.
ranch.
With the beans and the guacamole.
Yep.
But just the ranch stuff that you like, the sour cream stuff that you mix with the ranch stuff. If you
Uh-huh.
leave
Yeah.
everything else out of that and just do that with taco seasoning,
Yep.
Mhm.
so sour cream with taco seasoning, it's the greatest snack you'll ever have.
All day long. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I could do that all day long. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can
have
do
to
it
run
with
up to the
carrots
store.
and-
I really like red peppers and yellow peppers with that. Yeah, it's beautiful. And
Yeah, so
carrots,
just the package of taco seasoning and some sour cream and vegetables.
it's a lot of salt. Though.
Fucking
Still a lot.
fire. That is a lot of salt, but so is an entire bag of chips.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't recommend chips. Period. Unless you're gonna eat some chicharrones. Chicharrones, I'm okay with. They won't kill you.
Was it the pork rinds?
Pork rinds, yeah. Pork rinds they're fine. They're good. Actually, there's no sugar in those, so I go for those.
Chili lime. Chili lime, I can get on it.
Dill pickle is actually really good too.
I've never had a dill pickle pork rind. That sounds amazing.
They're not bad.
I like everything else.
A lot of salt though. Yeah, a lot of salt.
I'm sorry, nothing associated with pork rinds sounds amazing. Absolutely nothing.
Have you ever had one?
You sound like my vegetarian wife.
Yeah.
Not a vegetarian.
I liked you up until this point. now we're in a fight. We're in a fight now.
It was a good run, Lindy.
I know.
It's great.
Damn it. Shucks.
Damn it.
So, I will not associate with somebody that does not like pork rinds.
I actually
gonna
just
have it.
can't. It's the smell of pork rinds. So,
Really?
oh yeah, I can't. The smell of pork rinds is awful.
I could probably
it
watch
pork
them be
rinds or is it
made
like
in front of my
so-
eyes.
Is it pork rinds or is it like pork by breath that you can't deal with?
No, it's pork rinds.
Do you like bacon?
No.
You don't like bacon?
Mm.
I've never
Okay,
even
now we're
heard
in
anybody
another.
say
Now,
that.
now we're in another fight.
I've heard people say they can't eat it for religious reasons, but I've never in my life heard a person say, I don't like bacon. That might be the craziest shit I've ever been told.
I mean, maybe she's
got-
Jewish. We don't know.
No, I got attacked.
By-
You got
Fun
attacked?
story. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, please.
Wait a minute,
I can't wait to
Is
find
this
out
where
how
you
you
got
got
shot in the
attacked.
knee?
No,
With the
this is
22?
not where I got shot in the knee. That was a
This is-
different time.
Okay, we'll save that one then.
Okay. So, I got sent out to clean out the pig cage, and
Uh-huh.
It's a pen. They call it a pen, but okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
but I call it a cage because that's where they're stuck. And somebody thought it was really funny to throw chicken heads in there while I was in there, and they landed on me, and I got attacked by pigs. So I don't really do a whole lot.
So it was like
You
You should
any way,
love
shape, or
bacon.
form.
then.
it was Silence of the Lambs part, but you didn't get eaten alive.
I did not get eaten alive, although
Hannibal.
I don't know if you have ever seen pigs when
Oh, yeah,
chicken
yeah,
heads
yeah,
are put
yeah.
in front of them, but
Let me tell you something about Texas. There are so many feral pigs here that you can go out and you can shoot as many as you want. And my
Mhm.
dad actually bought like 3 or 4 different rifles just so he can go out and shoot.
They do it in helicopters. That sounds like so much fun. I
Yeah,
would love
actually,
it.
one of my cousins.
Okay, I'm
he's
not
been
gonna
here.
lie,
He's
that
been
kinda
in Texas twice, and he's like, "What are you doing this weekend?" I was like, "Well, I'm working." And he's like, "Well, I'm going to come down and hunt feral pigs." I was like, "Well, that's great. Where are you going?" He's like, "I'm going down to blah blah blah." I'm like, "Well, that's awesome, but that's like 5.5 hours south of where I'm at." Because Texas is a huge state.
Gigantic.
Yeah,
It's like,
you
oh,
can't
okay. Well, I
just
thought it
do
was like right around the corner. It's like, no, dude, that's like you're closer to my dad. My
Nothing's
dad-
right around the corner in Texas.
yeah. Like I'm in the Dallas area. My dad's way south. He's on the Gulf side.
Mhm.
And I have a choice to make. Like when I have a vacation, it's like I can either go to Illinois or I can go see my dad. And it's about the equal driving distance. So
About the
That's how
same,
big-
same
that's how
amount of
big
time
Texas.
anyway.
Yeah, yes. It's a state of mind, folks. It's a state of mind. Yeah. So keep that in mind when you go to Texas.
Chaos.
Tejas. What'd you say? I throw it in one more time. Sorry.
Gotta get it in there.
Una mas.
Now I want pork rinds and bacon.
I've got some actually. I've got both. I might I tell you what, I might cook the bacon and wrap the pork rinds in bacon and then dip them in some sort of bacon type sauce. I don't know. Maybe some
Bacon
spicy
grease
ranch.
toast is incredible.
It is good, yeah.
Like the bacon grease toast. Yeah.
Maybe I'll make some gravy out of the bacon grease and
There you
then
go.
Dip your
the bacon
concoction
around
in
it.
there.
Wasn't it him
Chicharrones.
that was just yelling at us about chips?
No.
Oh,
I just said
that's because he has to work with them. He's angry at them.
Chicharrones are okay. They're like there's
Yeah,
no,
it's all the bacon grease that sounds real healthy for you.
I'll tell you, I got a Jones right now since you've been talking about bacon. My buddy Bob,
I don't
Zach
know.
knows Bob.
Yeah.
He smokes these. He take like a whole dill pickle, cream cheese, wrap it in bacon, and then smoke it.
I do that with peppers.
It's fucking heaven.
Yeah. I do that with jalapeno. I stuff jalapeno peppers with cream cheese and then wrap the whole thing in bacon and smoke it. Yeah, it's good shit. Oh, I didn't say the F word though, so that's okay.
Those wrapped pickles. I got to do it. My mom actually showed me. She makes a dip because we used to take the pickles, cream cheese wrapped in ham, and then cut them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but by the time I'm done making them all, I've ate 3/4 of them before they're done. So we put it all into a dip now. We dice everything up, eat it with a cracker.
Makes a lot more sense. Yeah,
because otherwise I'd just be like,
otherwise there's some spar slobber in there. Yeah, we don't need that. Yeah.
Here you go, family.
Guys,
you have 3.
The dip's really good. You should try it. Oh, I didn't slobber in it all. It's really good.
You do that with a few
I sound
things.
like the sister of that guy in South Park. But...
Come on, Spar. Stop it. It's not funny.
This has turned into a good cooking show.
So, what I do when I'm making chili.
What's that? Borgie. This is a cheeky. Who's it, a cheeky? Oh, you guys want to
I think we're just trying to get comments like we did last time.
No. Now I'm fucking starving.
I think the Lindy nailed the Ouija boards, and we should just call it.
I gotta eat something. Let's see how many pickles we got. Pickles, pork chops, bacon, and pork rinds.
All right,
guys. Pickles and pork. Right back to Ed Gein again. Pickles and pork.
Pickled pork. Yeah. Pickled pork feet. Yeah, there you
pork chops and pickles.
Let's call it, guys.
Yeah,
it was informative. I think we saw.
If nothing else, people should be hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's dinner time, right? Well, it's past dinner time for me, but
somewhere it is. Yeah.
Oh wait, it's later for you.
Yeah, it's like 8:00. For me, it is anyway. Matt, you want to say anything to anybody before we kill this?
No, I think I don't have the. Yeah, I don't. Oh, just stories. If you can bring stories in, we will give you things. I can't reach because the way I'm set up. Because the way I'm set up
Before we go, I just saw this comment. Judy says, "This has turned into a really good cooking show."
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
I'll release a video.
Judy, I just want to let you know, when you do this, put it on smoker low, and if you overcook it, put it back in a pan in the oven and pour just a little bit of Sprite in a pan, like a 8x8 baking dish, and put a little bit of aluminum foil over it, and just let it sit for like 15 minutes on low heat, and then all that Sprite will soak up into that stuff, and it'll make it so it's not dried out. Okay.
Sprite.
And next week we're going to cover Dutch oven cooking.
Yeah. I know all about that crap too. So
I don't do anything of
anyway.
Dutch oven.
I'll Dutch oven you in a minute, motherfucker. Guys, thanks for hanging out again for an SDS session. We really appreciate it.
We certainly were shooting the shit on this one. We was all over the phone.
Yeah, we were.
This is what it's all about. This is just us hanging out and being Dumases. Well, I'm always a Dumas. I can't help it. But thank you guys for hanging out once again. Matt's in charge of STS sessions, by the way, from now on. So, Matt, I'm going to give you the key for all this stuff, and you can hook it up. Sorry about the intro stuff. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll go through it.
That was a bit of a loop. It normally goes right into what we were doing, but
yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I made a new session this week, and that may have screwed everything up. But it should have just worked, but it didn't. But Matt, just do me a favor and
Give me some Pepsi and put some ice in it.
and Lindy, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you. And until next week, we will see you guys later. You guys want
Later.
to say anything?
Please remember to listen, rate, review, subscribe, follow,
I've
do all
talked
of
till
those
I'm blue in the
things.
face, Lindy. I've talked to
Matt,
you.
that's Matt's thing, but okay. Yeah.
It's a good way to
Please
get
do
more
it.
stories out of us.
That's right.
Yes.
We get like 8 or 9 more reviews. I'll show you my boobs. See you guys later.
Ooh.
Another dance party.
It's evil! Don't touch it!
It's alive!
They're coming to get you. Power of Grayskull.
Hello, Mr. Fan.